Hello everyone, I'm Skylent Shore, here for FreeMMOStation.com to bring you a first impression of Snail Games' Age of Wushu, a martial arts free-to-play MMO based heavily on Eastern mythology and culture. So, what you're going to first notice is that the login screen was incredibly easy to use. You can hit Facebook and just log you in instantly. Doesn't even show your information. You just get right into the game, and I love that. Here are the stories. The stories you pick, they determine your town starting, possibly some quests along the line. You can read them, really get a feel for the game, and it sort of determines the different NPCs that you'll talk to, and like I said, the starting town, completely different setting. Other than that, I'm unaware of the changes, because this is the first impressions. I only played for the beginning tutorials and the beginning levels, and I don't know about the end game. Potentially has a very long arcing quest line, similar to Guild Wars 2, and I hope that is the truth. So let's get into the character creator. As you can see, there are a ton of things to do, and this is my favorite feature, three-dimensional sliders, so that even if you're not like a master sculptor, you can customize your character fairly well. Now right now there's not that many options because it's in beta, but hopefully as the game opens up, it'll give you more options such as varying hair colors, more actual faces to use, and more uniforms. So I was having fun with the male characters, though I was disappointed that they didn't even include a blonde. The music was really good. I was actually really impressed with this sort of opening feel and cinematic to even just the character creator and the intro scenes. The outfits don't look bad either, and the fact that you can mix and match them is pretty cool. I like that, I mean at least. In other games, you kind of look dumb starting out, so it's really cool that this game's outfits start out really elegant. Alright, so I'm going through the randomize button, which I love when games put this in. I hate it when they make me do everything. I really like to see possibilities. Well, I see this one possibility, and I'm going to take it. So, let's enter the game. Right, so I learned that you can use underscores, which is really good because for people like me, and somebody took my name, probably my previous character, which I did to test out some other things, you can use the underscore to add on to your name. Makes it really easy. But, like I said, I deleted my character with Skylent, and apparently that name was still taken, so that's one little downside. Loading times are actually really quick, and I liked the art. Really loved that art coming into it. And also, let's talk about the graphics as soon as it pops up. Here we go. Alright, so, the graphics are very... It is not mediocre, it is a level above mediocre, though it is not absolutely beautiful. I'm playing on a MacBook, so this is essentially a basic PC or a higher-end laptop, and it is running really well. Though there are some glitches, that is because of the beta and because of the translations. So the sound effects are really good, better than a lot of other MMOs I played, and the graphics are really nice. They can go higher, and I will show examples of that later. So if you notice, I'm not actually running myself. I clicked on the objective in the text log into the text tracker, and it brought me straight to my sort of objective, like I said. And this is optional. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. You can even jump around and explore, and you can do all sorts of things. You can even learn like triple jumps, double jumps, run on buildings, all sorts of other ninja things. Very, very kung fu. So this is the tutorial. It sort of tells you exactly what to do. You could be a zombie and be able to go through this. And at the same time, even if, like this time, I was just clicking through, I did not play this girl, did not play the story, and I was still able to sort of absorb and gather some of the lore. Really good. Though I wish there was voice acting. It's a free game, and the text is really simple. It's nothing too lengthy. Though, if you do want to read lengthy things on the manuals, there are some sort of deep explanations about the world and the moves that you do. And it sort of helps you sort of feel like you're a part of the world. It doesn't make you feel like you're playing an avatar. It really feels like you are developing a character, and it feels like you're becoming a part of the world. So yeah, if you pause and you read the manuals, you can see the little flavor text. And flavor text is beautiful. It's similar to sort of how Magic does the flavor text. It's not like a dictionary, kind of. It's not straightforward. It's sort of vague and doesn't explain it as if you're from another world. It explains the moves and everything as if you're from this world. So I really enjoy that. I really love that. Also, I'm just doing some quests. I'm just talking, gaining experience. Oh, let's talk about the experience. Now, the experience is not gained instantaneously, actually. Experience is earned, and then it becomes cultivated over time into culture points, which then can be used. If you pay money, however, you can get that done instantly, which I really like. Speaking of that, let's talk about the payment schemes and everything about the game. Apparently, it's not pay to win. You don't just get instantaneous amazing buffs or infinitely powerful weapons or whatever. What you do is you pay for cosmetic items or things to level up quicker, things like that. Nothing that is going to be detrimental to the gameplay or the balance of the game, hopefully. So right now, I'm into the Kung Fu place, whatever, the first little training school that you go to learn your basic moves. And so you easily go and you train. What I don't like is that there's not much action. I'm not used to standstill games, though the game is not completely standstill. You can move around. As you see, I'm moving and blocking, and I'm trying to do the thing. So it just taught me how to block, and the next one's going to be how to punch, and then how to do counter block. And then I learned right after this that the game works on a rock, paper, scissors kind of way. You attack whenever someone else is trying to counter block you. You block whenever someone's trying to attack, and you counter block whenever someone's blocking. So it is very kung fu, very martial arts like that. It's very strategic, though not very actiony. It can be on higher levels, and once you get used to the mechanic and the system, which is different than most games, I have to admit. It is very intentional, very strategic. So let's go ahead, let's skip ahead into somewhere else. All right, so the tutorial, again, this sort of beginning quest line is all one giant tutorial. It's inescapable, but it's very easy to go through. Like I said, you can explore, you can do whatever you want, but I mean, you really should do the tutorial. It's really quick. I did it in 1 hour. I was finished and more. So what you do, you go through, and like I said, you click on the objective tracker, you go to all these different objectives. It tells you easily what to do. It highlights everything that you need to do. It tells you exactly what you need to do, and basically you just sort of robot through it. So some people might not like that. It made it really easy to get into the game, but some people might not actually get into the game because they're not really liking the slower pace of it. So if you don't like a slow-paced game, then you're not going to like this game. Potentially, you should probably go to Raiders or Dynasty Warriors Online. So this game, let's check out the graphics now. I'm going to pause here, and I'm on sort of the recommended settings for my computer, but we're going to go ahead. I'm going to check out the settings, the different things that you can do, as you can see, and we're going to try to put it on low settings. We can see it. We're going to explore here. All right, you have to set it up, activate it. There you go. And all right, so you see, it doesn't look bad. I could definitely see this working very well on some laptops. You can hear that jumping sound effect. You can go around and explore all over. There's really no boundaries that I've seen so far in my first impressions. All right, let's go put it on very high, on ultra, which looks really good, actually, especially at a distance. There's a lot of effects and things. I really like the feel of this game. And even though I'm normally an action kind of guy, I really hope that they go with the whole crafting and lifestyle, which it seems is what the game is going for. So the game actually runs really well on these settings for my, I would say, an average PC settings. Very good, very awesome. All right, so I'm just going to put it back. And now let's talk about the combat. Really, let's talk about the combat. It is very different. It is very it's like I said, it's like rock, paper, scissors, but you can move while throwing shuriken, and that might be unbalanced or whatever. And also, I witnessed a duel where people were like teleporting and flying everywhere. So it seems like you really have to master, and you really have to commit to every move. You can't just spam buttons in this game. You have to really know what you're doing, make your own combos, and make your own counters, and you have to really watch what the enemy is doing. You don't see cast bars. There's no true like flashing or anything like that. You have to really look at their moves and how they're moving, really predict how they're moving, and just what they're going to do. Really cool. It's hard to explain. You might want to try this game out for yourself and get the feel of it. But my first impressions is, even coming from someone who played Raiders, Terra, World of Warcraft, all those action games. I come from console fighters. Even though I like those kind of games, I'm actually a little bit enthralled by this game, and I will continue playing this game. So let's talk about the schools and the different fighting styles. Now, while there are schools for martial arts, remember there are also, you can have masters for other things like mining and hunting. And so that's really cool. The game actually really kind of pushes you into wanting to do the crafting and all that. But let's talk about the martial arts schools. The different schools, there's about like 8 of them, and only 2 are gender locked, Shaolin and Aimei. Since I'm a girl, I'm going to join Aimei just because. And those 2 are gender locked, but the rest are not gender locked. However, when you do join the school, they have these sort of alliances. Some are neutral, some are good, and some are bad. And also, I know that you can attack other players like anytime, or maybe outside of certain cities, or maybe I got attacked inside a city. So I think you can attack players at any time, and that's pretty cool. Though you do get a murderer, and I think you get a bounty on your head, or like NPCs will come and attack you if you are a murderer. And there's also guild support for that, so I can really see some awesome PvP tactics and some really ninja tactics going on. I would really like to see that, and I think this game, once it develops and gets a community, even though most of its community is Eastern, I would really like to see a Western community develop for this game, and I would really like it. Also, it really helps. It helped me, even though I watch anime and I'm really into Eastern culture, it helped me sort of absolve me into their culture, because it gives you a lot of flavor text, which isn't just toward the game, but also to Eastern culture as a whole. So really interesting game. It's sort of like Dynasty Warriors, how it would give you sort of background lore, even though that was historical. This is sort of like that too. Really awesome. I think it's worth a try. So how about you go, you try it when it opens up, look up videos, and give this video a like too, so other people can see it. The game has a lot of potential and a lot of flavor already. Alright, so that was my first impressions. Overall, a very decent game, a very good way to start. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please remember to give it a like and try to comment on it and tell us what you thought about it. The game is really fun, like I said, and if you don't like this game or this game didn't pique your interest, come over to www.freeMMOStation.com, check out some of our other first impressions and some news about upcoming games. We really hope you come and join us and play with us. We're all going to have a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks again, and I'll see you later.